Good morning, all. Today is Saturday and start of a new weekly vlog. So today, this weekend, I really want to finish Knockemout. I've been reading this now for a while and I'd like to get it done. It's good. It's just taking me a while. And then I also want to get my November TBR set up, and we're just chilling this weekend, like always. So, let's get started. Alright, my friends, it's later in the day. I have continued Knockemout, not too much more. I'm now at chapter 29, which is great. I took a second and got my November TBR filmed, paired with my October wrap-up, and so now I'm sitting down to edit those to get it out of the way and ready to go for Monday, because I just posted my self-care weekend video today, and so I want to get this TBR ready to go for Monday, because if I can get back on schedule, I think that'll feel really nice. And I'm excited to be back in the swing of reading and vlogging and giving you guys updates. So that's it. Alrighty, guys. I've made it to chapter 32 of Knockemout, and I'm literally falling asleep. It's about 6:30, and so we're gonna change gears a little bit, and I'm gonna listen to the Pumpkin Spice Cafe and work on my diamond painting a little bit and get some more coasters done. Let me turn the camera around and show you what we're working with. So first up here we have my TBR is uploading. That will release on Monday, but this way it's done and out of the way. And then here are all of my diamond pieces, and so I've just been keeping the finished ones in here as well. And so I showed this one to you the other day, and so now I've also finished this guy and this guy. So next we are going to do this one. I kind of have them like in order now, so it's just I have them in the order that I'm gonna do them. So this one is next. Let's do it. Good morning. Today is Sunday. I am almost done with the Knockemout. I'm on page 281, chapter 33. So the book is just under 400 pages. So I've just little over, I think it's about like 112 pages left. So hopefully my goal is to finish this today. I think I can get that read. And it's still early enough. It's literally almost 10 o'clock. Yay, daylight savings time for giving the extra hour. Of course, it confused the hell out of me this morning because my alarm clock didn't change, but of course the phones did. So everything was fine. But it's still early enough. We got a lot ahead of us. We've got a full day. It's gonna be a good old time. Let's get to reading. Alrighty guys, I finally finished The Gone the Gumiho by Sophie Kim. It was really good. The ending was very climactic. It was very, like, it's the ending that I wanted, you know? I mean, yes, it didn't end entirely the way I wanted, but honestly, it made for a good read. It was really good. Now, I rated it a 3-star. Nothing wrong with a 3-star. I think there was just something about the fact that it took me a little while to read, that I didn't feel as, I don't know if it was a reading slump or I just wasn't engrossed through most of the read, that resulted in the low rating. But overall it was pretty good. Like, honestly, I don't really have any complaints. Honestly, it's probably just because of the slump I was in. But in all honesty, it came out really good, and it is going to be a series. So it says it's the book 1 of Fate's Thread. And so I'm excited to see how book 2 goes based off of how book 1 ended. We will have to see. But that went very well. So now I have moved into my Kindle, and I'm going to be starting Hello Stranger by Kathrine Center. I've been wanting to read this book for a while, and I'm excited to finally start it. And so now that I finished Gone the Gumiho and the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, I'm going to be moving into my November TBR. So let's get started. Haha, scratch that. I'm going to take a break since I'm in between books, and I'm actually going to put on Libby and start listening to the Wren and the Holly Library, and working on my little coasters. So these have been really fun, and so I'm excited to pair them with audiobooks. I may actually, because I started watching, who was it? Olivia Reads a Latte. I started reading Olivia's 4th episode of Read It or Unhaul It. And so I may actually finish watching that first and then jump into Wren and the Holly Library. But I'm still going to do the diamond painting either way. So, yay. Let's go.
Further down the road, I'd like to not be in the middle of my life so far. But the first book is Arsenic and Adobo, and it was so cute, so good, so fun.
For a reason. She fished the ring out of her pocket and dropped it on the desk with a thump. Amber Dash's face was recessed, and his clothes draped delicately on his tall, thin frame. Your talents are, as ever, not exaggerated. I'll take that as a compliment.
Good evening, all. We've had dinner. We're ready to do some chilling for this evening. Not like I haven't been chilling all day, but I think this evening, for the last few hours, we're gonna do some Dreamlight Valley. That sounds like a good idea. And yeah, I haven't played in a few days, so this will be fun to get back into it for a few hours before bed. morning, good morning. Today is Monday. Back to the grind. No, but in all seriousness, it's not really much of a grind. I use that completely as a joke. Okay? So, morning. Great way to start off the morning, huh? So, you saw everything that I did last night and over the weekend. I had a good old time with, I'm taking my pumpkins. I have a set of pumpkins that I take, I've got a set at home and a set at work. Actually, if you were here back when I bought them, back in early fall / spooky season, it was all 50% off. I got me a set for work and a set for home. I brought a set home for Halloween. I brought my work home set home. What? I brought my Halloween set home for Halloween, and I just took my rings off to put some hand lotion on and realized that the little one, it like fits my rings nicely. Like, look at that. I realized all of a sudden this morning I woke up, like, I'm on my way to work here, and I'm like, my hands are so dry. So I found out, well, first off, we got a new update for Dreamlight Valley yesterday. I think I showed the loading page yesterday. So now we get Timon and Pumbaa, which I'm super excited because, in all honesty, I absolutely love The Lion King. It's one of my favorite movies. And so to be able to get Timon and Pumbaa is just like seals the deal. And it's like, well, the deal was already sealed back when I bought the game, okay? Oh, bought the game because I started it when it was in early access. So I've been playing the game now for a while. I feel like every so often I can pick it up and it's like pick up right where I left off, and it's like I don't really like, I did have a period in there where I was starting to feel bored before the DLC came out. Well, I should say the first DLC, because the other thing that I found out is that we're getting another DLC at the end of the month, right before Thanksgiving. So for those of you who don't know what Dreamlight Valley is, it's kind of like a Disney version of Animal Crossing in a way, but in all honesty, I feel like there's just so much more to do, because like you do the whole friendship things, but rather than just like in like an Animal Crossing, how you just give them gifts and that's it, this one there's like quests and whatnot, and you get to decorate the valley, and a bunch of, like, every so often you'll get another update and you'll get a new character. Honestly, I'm having a hell of a time with it, okay? I think I spoke a few weeks ago about wanting to give you guys a tour of my valley, and I just have yet to do so. But back in, I think it was actually the end of last year. I think the DLC is like a year apart from the last one. They released a DLC called A Rift in Time. And so I've been playing it, and it's really cute. In all honesty, like, I've noticed, like, of course, like, Disney has their formula, and the games have their formula of, oh no, the darkness is taking over, save the whatever, save the valley. And so it's that similar, it's the same thing, just over and over again. It's a formula, but you know what? I follow it anyway. I love it anyway. It's like, that's what Disney is. Disney's a formula, okay? The bad come to rule, and we gotta take them out. Like, nothing's new here, but we love it anyway. So I've finally gotten to the point with the Rift in Time expansion to where I can feel like I can start decorating, which feels awesome. And so I was so afraid that I wasn't going to be able to get to decorate it because I wouldn't have the time or the resources or the inspiration to do so. But they've got a little area, actually, like that. If you play it, you'll know. But like where you first get off your boat into that portion, I'm going for the same vibes like I have in my plaza of kind of like a town square. in a sense. So I've already got some path laid. I'm trying to find some centerpieces. And so it's like the best thing that I can do is just keep the areas clean. But it's like I feel like the more that I keep them clean, the more they're just going to get dirty. And it's like my Rift in Time expansion looks like an absolute mess right now. Because I just try to keep it clean, but in keeping it clean it then gets dirty again. But it is what it is. Tangent, it's okay. So yeah, so I found out that there's now a new DLC coming November 20th. It's called the Storybook Vale, and I think that it's going to be another expansion like Rift in Time is, because like if you guys play and like you know how you go through the castle and you go through the little entry point to get to the Rift in Time expansion, it's got like a whole what's really cool about the game is that the way that it's set up, just even in visuals based off of the doors that have all of the realms, as well as when we got the Rift in Time expansion, you can see that they can expand so much more. Like there are plenty of doors that can bring new characters into the valley. There are so many arches that can have plenty of places off in the distance to go visit and go do things with. And so I feel like the Storybook Vale is going to be another one of those. Like another one of those arches is going to open up and we'll be able to go to the Storybook Vale. And so it's really cool because we'll have the villains of Maleficent and Hades are our villains. And then we will get Flynn Rider and Merida. I love Merida. I'm so excited for her. I think it's so funny how with the Tangle characters we're getting like one per huge expansion. Because we got Mother Gothel in the main valley. And then we get Rapunzel with the Rift in Time. And now we're getting Flynn with the Storybook Vale. I'm like, can't we just like get them all together, you know? I did, of course, when we got Rift in Time, we got Eve. I immediately brought Eve over to the valley. I put her house right next to Wally's. They look so cute together. I can't really do that with Tangled, though. Just because, first off, Mother Gothel's in the tree that doesn't move. It doesn't even show that it's her house, first off. Second of all, Rapunzel's is a big tower, and I feel weird if I move it because it looks so good, like, where it is in the expansion. And so I am upset. Like, I'm going on a small little Disney Dreamlight Valley tangent, so don't mind me. Just because it's like I realize that it's like I've got a lot to update y'all on, and just certain things just piquing my interest right now. The way my mind works. Bear with me. And so, because we got Daisy a little while ago, and what I found interesting about the time, well, it's not really interesting, but it was just funny, the timing that we got Daisy, is that the way that I set up my plaza is that it kind of looks like a cute little neighborhood. And so I have the shop on one side, Chez Remy on the other, and then we've got and then on the other side I've got a line of houses. I've got Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, and then Remy. And so, of course, then we got Daisy, like, months later. And all of a sudden, I'm going to have to set her house out. And I'm like, not only her house, but she also comes with, like, this studio where you get these challenges to create this setup or these outfits to gain some kind of currency from Daisy that you can then use on clothing that you don't get from Scrooge. I've only done it like 2 or 3 times. I haven't been too into it, just because I have so many other things to do right now. It's kind of like I'm kind of bogged down with everything else I got to do. It's like I'm no longer bored, to say the least. I have so many friends that I got to get up in friendship. I have so much grinding that I want to do for pathways, for decorating. But what's really cool is that I can do them at absolutely any time. Like, there's no rush to do anything. The only thing is that it's like just being able to keep up with the updates, you know? So anyway, so Daisy came along, and I'm like, I can't put her next to Goofy because I got Remy there, and I don't want to move Remy because in all honesty, I don't think house, and plus I got Shea Remy right here. So I have her in her studio, like, randomly placed. I say randomly, like, neatly placed up in my Forest of Valor, of which I have now decorated around. So Daisy has become part of my Forest of Valor, and in all honesty, she looks completely like she shouldn't belong, because of course, if you've seen Daisy's house, it's like this cartoon, like brightly colored cartoon house, which I love. But it's like, it doesn't fit. For me, it doesn't fit in the Forest of Valor, and it kind of bugs me, but I don't know where else to put her, because I don't want to move her out of the valley, because all of my other main Mickey crew is in the valley. Donald, I mean, I wonder if she would look nice on the beach with Donald. Because Donald's out on the beach, because of course his house is a boat. There was a cute idea going around of putting him, because of course where we find him is right past those big, like, stairs. But I decided to put him, he's over at my dock, actually. What's really cute is I've set him up at my dock, and so I actually have my Goofy stand and Moana's fish stand all over there. It's really, really cute. Yeah, if I ever give you guys a tour, y'all will see it, because it's really cute. I'm like, I just don't know where to put her, and so she's just kind of in my Forest of Valor right now, and it's not decorated, and that portion is now up to date, so it's kind of like she's not moving unless I decide to totally redo the place. But it's nice to slowly, like, decorate, like, actually decorate. And then I've got Tiana all up and decorated, because of course we had Tiana, when we got Tiana, not only did we get Tiana, but we also got her Tiana's Palace, which is another eatery. It's kind of like Shea Remy. And so she was really cute. I put her down in the Forest of Valor. And so I've got her kind of cornered at the entry with Tiana's Palace, just because of where it could be placed. And so I've got the outside tables, and I made some whatchamacallits, pathways for her. And so it looks nice and really cute. I haven't been down there to visit her. I didn't go down to visit her yesterday because I was set on Timon and literally all I did yesterday was get Timon and Pumbaa into the valley. That's all I really had time and energy for. I was going to do grinding, but then I saw the update and I'm like, no, we're bringing them to the valley. And so I'm just super excited about the expansion that Disney Dreamlight Valley is going through now that it's fully released, if that makes sense. Because like I said, it was on early access for about a year. I got it on early access back when the valley was free, but it was just the valley and it was just like a select few. And so it was kind of like only what we got in the early access is actually what I realized what I kind of got bored with, because once A Rift in Time came out, I was kind of like, I like got on it, you know, more. I came back to the game. And so they're cranking it out now, and it's incredible. It's kind of like I forget how many friends I still have to level up until I go and start collecting gifts. I'm like, oh, I gotta do Belle, I gotta do Beast, I gotta do Gaston, I gotta do Rapunzel, I gotta do like all of my actually I think it's from Belle's released, and after her and the Beast I have all of those friendships to do. So it's Belle, Beast, Gaston, Rapunzel, Oswald. I always forget about Oswald too. Eve. I always forget about Eve too for some odd reason. Jack Skellington. Oh, I also found out we're getting Sally in December. Yay! Because I love Nightmare Before Christmas. Okay. Another one, like, honestly, my favorite Disney movies, because it's funny, all of my favorite movies are Disney aside from Harry Potter. So we've got Lion King, Nightmare Before Christmas, Monsters, Inc. And it's like we're getting all of these characters, and it's just so much fun. I've got Mike and Sully that I need to get their friendship going. Now I've got Timon and Pumbaa. I have just all of these people that I need to get up my friendship, and it's like I always forget that I have so many until I start collecting everything for them and start like going through them all. And it takes me so much longer to do the friendships because I forget how long it takes me to go through the process of giving them all their gifts and stuff, and cooking and collecting, and it's just so much effort, but I love it. So, that's my Dreamlight Valley update. I know, sorry. Not sorry. Y'all come for whatever I have to give y'all anyway. I love it. So, but I also love that it's like, I don't just talk to you guys about books, that I can talk to you guys about my cozy gaming. And I slowly want to evolve to where it's like, it becomes more overall, if that makes sense, to an extent, of course. But I like talking to you guys about what interests me, and it's fun. So, that's the update on Dreamlight Valley. I am currently, because of course being on my way to work, I'm listening to the Wren and the Holly Library. I'm about 9% through. I think I'm like I don't know what chapter I am. But it's really interesting. So our main character, Kiers, is part of this band of thievery, I guess. It's interesting how, like, it's like a collective of people who pretty much had nowhere to go, and they created a family of their own, kind of sense. And so she takes on the job of thief and goes and thieves from random people, and she comes across this very interesting location, and where she's asked to get a ring. And of course, she's only given what she needs to know, and it's where it is and what's needed. She doesn't get any information on who actually lives at the house. And so pretty much the synopsis of it, which is pretty much set up within this introductory of the book, which is why I know I'm not really spoiling it for anybody, is that she comes in contact with the owner of the house, and in her mind he's another monster, but they realize that both of them are not what they seem. Both the owner of the house and Kiers are just not what they seem. And of course, the owner of the house keeps asking her, starts asking her all of these questions, and she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. So, just trying to figure out, and he wants her to work for him, and she wants to keep her options open, and it's just a whole thing. It's like, she's kind of has to, figure out, is it worth it? Am I not confused enough to take on this role, to take on this job, So, that's interesting. It's an interesting setup. And that's kind of all I've got so far. It was it's real quick. It was got right into, it's this is what you need to know. This is the basis. Pretty much, this is the information that you get from the synopsis, and we're going to get going. It's I'm already 90% in. What? 9% in, and we're going. It's I like how quickly we're getting into it, And pretty much the whole community is set up, it's set up in Manhattan or New York City, something along those lines, because I know that they talked about Manhattan, but I don't know if it's just because that's where one of the guys ended up and then came with them. Anyway, but it's in the heart of New York, So, but rather than your classic New York City, you're now a mix of these humans and monsters, and there was a truce that went on between the humans and the monsters, and Kiers pretty much broke the truce by robbing this monster, or who she thinks is a monster. It was a whole thing. The whole thing's a whole thing, okay? So, but again, this is all information we get from the synopsis, okay? This is all I know right now. So, yeah. I think that's all we got right now. And so it's sounding really interesting. So I'm excited to see how this goes. So, I am finally, happy Monday. I'm going to let you go so that I can listen to my book while I finish my ride to work. And I will see y'all. I did have one more. Listen to me. I have one more update. So I haven't been back, because of course back at the end of last school year I was doing Zumba and the it was because I got off a schedule, I stopped going to Zumba. Then they had to change their schedule over the summer and change their location, so it just became a hassle for me. And then once we got into the school year, I was so busy at the beginning of the school year that I didn't have time to go to Zumba. And so now it's like I got rid of some extra stuff. I'm like, I don't need this anymore. I don't want this anymore. So now that I kind of have more free time on my hands, I kind of want to get back into Zumba. I have shorts with me. I don't know if I want to go today or tomorrow. I guess we'll kind of see how I feel, but I also feel like if I just leave it up to whatever, that I'm going to end up not going. But we'll see. We're going to try it out. And so we're just going to go with it. But we'll see what happens this afternoon. So I will catch up with y'all later. Have a wonderful day. I will see y'all later. Alrighty guys, good afternoon. I'm not doing Zumba today. I went to go get ready for class and I realized nobody had showed up. So the instructor informed me that the place was closed, and so they'll pick up when it reopens. So I'm not going home, and my audiobook for Hello Stranger came in, so I can sit and look at my Kindle while reading Hello Stranger while listening to it. The Wren and the Holly library is getting so good. I mean, like, it was already good, but it's just, it's keeping my interest, and I'm super, super excited. So that's the latest update for this afternoon. I think I'm just gonna go home and chill, and then I'll probably, if I can't update you guys tonight, I'll update you guys first thing in the morning. Because I'm glad now that I am getting, we had daylight savings over the weekend, so it's now light in the morning, so I can update you first thing. Because I realized trying to update you after work was so hard, because between being tired and just forgetting. So now I can actually remember to update you guys in the morning. So hopefully that'll work to my benefit. Alrighty, see you guys later. Today is Wednesday. Yesterday turned out not to be a very good day. So depression hit me hard, and so the only thing that I actually got done yesterday, well, I mean, besides work, like after work, the only thing that I actually got done yesterday is an hour of Dreamlight Valley, because I wanted to escape to one of my little fantasy lands, so I did for an hour. And so I did actually read a little bit of I did read the Wren and, I listened to the Wren and the Holly library, going to work. It's getting good. It is getting super, super good. I'm liking it. There is some romance in it, if you could call it romance. It's more like a lusty romance rather than a romantic one right now. But I'm hoping that there's just something about this one that it's like I kind of wish there wasn't the romantic aspect of it, because it's like it's a mentor and apprentice relationship. And Kirst is starting to come into her own. She's starting to learn more. She's starting to figure things out and like realize like who she is. And first off, I love that. But we've got this romance playing out that I'm hoping that it's done well as it continues, because right now it's just very lusty. And my fear is that this lustiness is going to take away from the main storyline just to give us like sex and romance for no reason whatsoever. Now, I don't blame them whatsoever. Like, I mean, the stuff that I guess you could say the trials and the tests that what Graves is putting, all of these little tests that Graves is putting Kirst through is it's very mentor apprentice, and I love that. I didn't realize how much I enjoyed that setup. There's just something about this that it's done, like, I feel like it's done extremely well. I feel very in the world, you know? I feel like I was just sucked right in. And so I'm just hoping that this lustiness either turns into an actual romance or does not take away from the main storyline. Because, of course, Graves took on Kirst for a specific reason. And I feel like this lustiness is going to get in the way of our like main plot point later in the book. Like, I mean, I guess our main climax of this mentor-apprentice relationship kind of thing. So, yeah, those are my current thoughts. And I don't know how far I am. When I go and edit, I'll make a little note of how far I am. That is, if I remember. I know I'm not halfway through, but like maybe 25-30% of the way through-ish. So I feel like they're putting... I've never read... I don't know if this is K.A. Linde's first book, or if she's written more, or if this... I shouldn't say she. Because I don't know. If this individual has written more in the past, I don't know if they have. But there's just something about this book that I feel just sucked into. And it almost wants me to check out more of their writing, if there is any, because I'm just... They're jamming so much into... I feel like I feel like there's so many little intricacies that are just boom, 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 boom throughout this book that it's just... Oh my god. Because, like, honestly, at this point, I feel like it's going to be a 5-star read, but it's just, I'm curious of what this lustiness is going to do. It's like, honestly, this is the only thing that's, like, bugging me right now. And typically, I don't mind, like, lust and sex and smuttiness. Like, I don't mind that at all. But, at the same time, like, it has to be done right. It's very rare that I've come across a time that it isn't done right. But, of course, like, as I read more, I'm kind of figuring out what I like and what I don't like in books. And I think it just depends on the dynamic and the point of the book. Is it a fantasy? Is it a romantasy? Is it just a romance? Like, I feel like, because of course we're for sure fantasy. Like, there's no, like, it's fantasy. But, like, because there are also fantasies with the romance undertone, where it's not a romantasy, but it's like there's just like a little bit, you know, it's like it's not the point of the book. And of course I know that the lustiness and the romance is not part of this book, but for some reason it feels just really, I don't know, almost out of place for this one. But like, it just kind of started, like, they're starting to lean into each other's I don't even know what you call it, but like they're kind of like feeding off of each other right now, and they're getting to that point where they both realize that they are lusting after each other. So like I said, we're just at the beginning, so we'll see what happens. But I'm super excited to find out what happens. I'm just sucked into this. I absolutely love it. Loving it so far. So, and then last night, like I said, I played an hour of Dreamlight Valley, and I ended up I got inspired to do, I first got Belle up to level 10, which was nice because I've been working on Belle and the Beast on their, on the Belle and the Beast's, friendship levels for like, it feels like ever. It feels like absolute ever that I've been working on their friendships. And so I finally got them to level 10. I finally got their friendship quests for level 10. And so, but after that I started getting inspired to decorate. I've been wanting to watch a lot of valley tours and people showing off their valleys, and I had watched a really good one yesterday, and it makes me want to continue decorating my valley. And so I decided to, because I've got my pumpkin patch sitting in my sunlit plateau, and I kind of had like this falliness going, and I kind of almost had like this desert vibe going. Like I was going for like a desert vibe, but well, I had the pumpkin patch, and then I have the Lion King. I say the Lion King. It's not Scar, but like Simba, Nala, Timon, and Pumbaa. And I was kind of upset that Timon and Pumbaa did not come with their own little like hut or house or anything. Only because it's like, I always got a kick of the fact of like the four of them just living together. I just find absolutely hilarious. But I was kind of hoping that Timon and Pumbaa was gonna get like their own little hut, you know? It would have been like super, super cute. Or their own little campsite or whatever, since they do nothing but like sleep on leaves. But I'm like, it would have been super, super cute, and I would have put their little hut next to the Pride Rock, but all four of them are living in Pride Rock. It is what it is. So I've got them kind of like stuck over in like the back corner, but which I'll eventually do up their area. Like, I feel like I really want to give them their own like area, you know? And I've got Mulan in my sunlit plateau. There was just something about her coloring, her house's coloring, that kind of fit to me in sunlit plateau. That, and it's like I couldn't figure out where else to put her, and I'm like, you know what, I feel like this is the best fit. Like, I feel like she fits better in sunlit plateau than Daisy fits in Forest of Valor. I'm gonna figure that one out, because like I was looking in the way that the video I was watching kind of had like a whole little princess area, as well as kind of separated the gang based off of how their house looked. And it's like, honestly, like it was like super cute. But I'm like, but I also like the way I have it set up, and it's like, I feel like I want to find something better to do, something cuter to do, and but at the same time, I'm like, I have yet to figure it out. I'll get there. And so, but I was putting some more pathing down, and then as I was making some more pathing, I figured I'd go through all my furniture lists and see, it's like, what can I make, and like try to get any inspiration from what I'm like able to create based off of the furniture that I've, I guess, unlocked in a sense. And so I found these cute tents, and I think the tents came in the new, I think these tents came with the Rift in Time expansion. Because I've only seen them recently, and all of a sudden I'm doing it. I'm looking at them, like, and of course I'm working in Sunlit Plateau right now. I'm like, oh my gosh, let's do a little campsite. So I literally, and the other thing is that I've got Buzz's RV up in Sunlit Plateau. Again, why? Don't know. That's the best place I could find. I've got him, he was sitting near my pumpkin patch just so I could place him down. Like, I haven't decorated his area. I haven't decorated his house or anything. I haven't given him anything but a place in the valley, you know? Eventually, I do want everybody to kind of like have their own little space, you know? And some are easier to create than others, just because it's like I've got a small little like neighborhood in my plaza. I've got Woody in my amusement park, since he's a merry-go-round. It's like just some of these houses have been easier to place than others, and now I'm just kind of running out of room. And so it's like I also want to figure out how to make more use of my space, because now that I have all of Enchanted Isle to work with, as well as I do plan on getting Storybook Vale November 20th. We will certainly be getting our hands on that. And so I kind of, the other thing that I really liked about the the tour that I was watching, and if I can find the video, I'll link it down below, because honestly, I absolutely loved it. I'll either plug it like up here or down there. Like, I just figured out how to, now, okay, side note, for my YouTube editing people, like, I'm gonna take I just figured out how to do the cards. Like, you know, and of course I'm trying to do this while I'm driving. You know, like those little pop-ups that come in, on the top of the corner of the screen here sometimes, where you can like link videos up here, not only down in the comments, but up here as well. I just figured out how to do that. I just figured out how to do that on my last video. I just posted my, well, I actually had to repost my October wrap-up and November TBR. For some odd reason, YouTube didn't want to accept for the first time. I think it was just a file error. And so anyway, I had to redo it. And all of a sudden I'm looking and I'm just kind of scrolling, and I'm slowly learning a new thing here and there. Like, I learned about tags recently, and so I went looking, and it's like I've always known how to do, like, I use the last 5 seconds of my video for like video recommendations and my subscribe. So yeah, please like, comment, subscribe to my channel if you like the content. And but I've been noticing that like every so often people will have like these little things that pop up in the corners of like videos, and so I'm like, I always like was trying to figure out what those were, but I never knew how to like search for it, you know. And all of a sudden I was making sure my that ending 5 seconds of the whatchamacallits were done. I'm like, okay, so what is this card thing? And I looked into it, and I'm like, holy moly, it's the little pop-ups that are in videos. So I randomly put 2 in my November TBR just for the hell of it, because I was curious. But I'm like, it's perfect. I figured it out. I figured it out. That was very fun to figure out how to do the little card thing to where the videos could pop up in the corner like that. So that made me excited. I'm learning new things over here. I'm taking a little while. I feel like I'm taking a little while to like learn certain things in regards to how YouTube works, the algorithm, but like not spending too much time where it's like I take away from the creation of the content and getting the content to you guys. Like, I almost feel like I don't know enough, but at the same time I'm like, I only know what I know. And it's like I also want to try to do this by myself, because I want to do it myself. I want to be part of the entire process, and I know that like YouTube creators have managers and teams that work behind the scenes. I don't know if I'm just so little that I haven't figured that whole part out yet, but at the same time, it's like there are just so many people out there that like could do it and have offered their services, but at the same time it's like I want to do it though. I like having the overarching control and just being able to do all of the bits and pieces that go into making a YouTube video. And so some of my YouTube girlies who have been around a little longer, if you have any tips for me in regards to just making more pleasing to the eye, more just any tips and tricks that you have learned about like editing your YouTube videos, the posting process, anything that has helped you just like gain momentum. Because like I don't mind posting for my little crowd. Like the fact that I think I've got 65 subscribers right now, like that's fantastic. Like I like there's something I find cute about being a little channel, but I also know that there is room for expansion, and I want to learn. I want tips and tricks. I'm slowly getting there. So I've gone on such a tangent right now, guys. Bear with me. So I think that was everything that I had to say in regards to like YouTube. Okay, I think I can go back to my Sunlit Plateau story now. So I hadn't been decorating my Sunlit Valley. Like, there are some parts of my valley that just haven't really been decorated yet, and so I hadn't done anything to Buzz's RV. And so I had this idea. I was going through my furniture, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can make these little tents. I got I unlocked some tents from the Rift in Time expansion, and they're like super cute. And so I made a couple. I'm like, oh, let me make a campsite, because they also had like a little campfire, like with the sticks in the pot. It was super cute. I thought it was an actual, like, where you'd be able to cook on it, but it's not. I went to try it after I finished. I'm like, darn it, it's just decoration, but that's totally okay. But I'm like, if I could have used it for cook, that would have been even cuter. But anyway, so I utilized Buzz's RV. I put Buzz's RV in the center, and then, well, the camp, the sticks and the fire are in the middle, and then I put Buzz's RV in the back, and then I had 4 little tents. Well, I call them little. They're decent sized tents. I made the orange one. It was massive, guys. Like, it was so massive. I'm like, no, we're not using this thing. It's too big. Also, just because of the room that I was working with, where I was placing it, like, I was kind of using the boundaries of the valley next to a lake and a bridge, next to one of the little ponds and a bridge. And so it's like I was kind of wanting to just blend it into the space there. I think I did a pretty good job. And so I had Buzz's RV plus the tents, plus I found that I had Mulan's training tent, the smaller one that I got from her. I don't remember if I got it just for completing that first quest. I think I got it when I brought her to the valley. It was one of those gifts. And it was a similar size to the other tent, so I ended up putting that there. And so it turned out like really cute, and I put some foliage, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. And so I just had the thought I'll put a picture as I'm talking about it, so that way you can see what I'm talking about. But it was super, super cute, and I felt really accomplished after that. I felt inspired, and like that's what I needed last night. That's really what I needed last night. And so thank you for coming with me on this little tangent, and hope you followed along. Yeah. Like, guys, I jump from topic to topic. It's how my brain works. I'm lucky if I remember where I started. I can't tell you how many times I've had conversations with people, and we end up going to a whole different topic for whatever reason. And then all of a sudden I'm like, what was the point of this? Where was I going with this? I do that in therapy all the time. Like, I'll be telling my therapist about something, and then all of a sudden it's like, what was the point of this conversation? Where was this starting? Because, like, I feel like by the time that I actually finish the mine trail, I'm completely far from the initial point. Luckily, she's figured that out, and will just let me tangent until I just stop talking, and then figure out if we got to our point or not. It's actually very funny. I'm glad that the people I talk to can keep up with the way that hopefully you guys can too. Because I like talking to you guys, but of course I get distracted by one reason or another. But I know y'all are here for it. And plus I've been wanting to be more just talky with you guys, more chatty, because I like chatting with you guys, and there's just something about just getting it all out there that honestly feels great. So my plan for today is after work. I have a therapy appointment after work today, and then after that I think we're gonna go Christmas, and I'm drawing a blank on the author's name at this moment, but of course I will link it here so that way you can see it, and I'll put the cover so that way you can see the title. And it's called The Last Christmas, and what's really interesting about it is that it's a Christmas psychological thriller. Never thought I'd say that. Never thought I'd find a book like that, but it's a Christmas psychological thriller. It looks cool. I haven't read too much into it. I kind of want to go into it blind. I've never heard of this author before, but I'm excited. All I know is what's on the cover. I don't want to read the back of it. I literally want to go, I'm legit want to go into this one blind. I don't want to read the synopsis. All I know is that it's Christmas psychological thriller. That's all I know. And whatever it says on the front of the book, which of course I've forgotten off the top of my head, but it's on there. But I recently got some Amazon gift cards, and so I have some Amazon money I learned that I really shouldn't bring any more physical books into my house because I don't have the room. Like, I'm gonna buy Last Christmas as a physical copy because there's something, I have all of my book club books lined up on my shelf, and there's something really cool about it, having all of my book club books together, no matter the genre. So I enjoy having them all together, and the fact that I'm building, I think I've only had one book club book on my Kindle, which it was fine because it was a chunker anyway. It was a thick one. When we did Things We Never Got Over was a chunker. So that I didn't have a problem having that on my Kindle, because part of me is like, I think because that's my only book club book on my Kindle, but I'm like, I feel like if I buy that one physically to add to the book club collection, I'm gonna have to buy the other two, which means I'm gonna have to read the other two. I mean, I need to read the other two anyway. I haven't bought them. It wasn't my priority to continue, which in all honesty, maybe we'll use some of the money to complete that series. Maybe we'll buy the other two books tonight. And so it's like my priority now with book buying is Kindle versions. Because I have no more shelf space, and I cannot expand my shelf space. I have no room. So I think we're gonna have fun with that tonight. So we're gonna get The Last Christmas. I think we're gonna do the other two books in the Things We Never Got Over series by Lucy Score. I also need to continue my Throne of Glass series because I only have Assassin's Blade and Throne of Glass. I still have yet to read Throne of Glass, but like, I don't own the rest of the series, but I own Assassin's Blade and Throne of Glass. So like, if I continue the series, I feel like I just have to buy it and have it part of my collection. So, but we're gonna go through Amazon and purchase some little Kindle books, and we're gonna have a good time. Maybe we'll play some Dreamlight Valley. I've gotten like attached to Disney Dreamlight Valley recently. It's like, that's kind of all I want to do. That's like all I want to do. I don't want to read. I want to play Dreamlight Valley. So I think that's what we're gonna do. But like I said, I just got the Amazon money, and I wanted to pick up a few more books. There's something about book buying that just makes my heart happy. And so, but I can't go out, like, we can't go to Target, we can't go to Barnes & Noble. I mean, we could, but I shouldn't. No, we're gonna go to Amazon, and we're gonna do Kindle books. You hear me? Amazon. That, and also I like that the Kindle books are, most of the time, I want to say 90% of the time that I've noticed, like anywhere from like 80 to 90% of the books that I buy on Amazon for my Kindle are cheaper than the physical copies. So that's a bonus. I save space and money. I gotta keep reminding myself of that when I go book shopping. And not to go to Barnes & Noble and go to Target, where I pay $20 for a paperback when I can get it on Kindle for like half-ish the price. And it saves me time and money. So, I'm gonna let you go. I will check in with y'all this afternoon / evening, whatever. And I will see y'all later. Thank you for sticking around with me on this little chatty chat on my way to work this morning. Bye. Guys, I'm redoing my plaza. I'm so super nervous about this, but I'm also super excited because it needs a revamp. Good morning. So last night, yesterday was, well, after work, once I come home and settle down for the evening, it was a pretty successful night. As you saw, we bought some books. I finished my things we never, the Knockemout series, as well as the Children of Glass series in regards to buying the books to own. Finished those. So then that's nice to have, knowing that it's like I can pick up knock them out again at any time, as well as get started on my Throne of Glass journey. That's going to be exciting. Let me know if I should do a vlog just purely Throne of Glass related. I think that would be fun. But it's also an extremely long series. Maybe I'll just split it up into weekly vlogs and just make them Throne of Glass heavy. What do you guys say? That's an idea. So then I went into Dreamlight Valley. I showed you guys a little bit of that, as well as the fact that at 8 o'clock at night, I decided to completely strip my plaza and rebuild. I cannot believe I did that. I cannot tell you how scared I was of that. I had that, typically, so far, once I've built something in my valley, it typically stays. My biggest build to date has been my Peaceful Meadow, which was my amusement park. There was a star path that was all, I think it was either the 100th anniversary or there was one of the anniversaries where the star path was just completely just amusement park related. And so we got things like the Figment of Imagination topiary, we had gotten the Ferris wheel, we got the Dumbo ride, the teacup ride. We kind of got it all. So I loved that stuff so much that I had to make a complete amusement park out of it. And if you saw my build, you would have seen snippets of it because I had to go across it, because I decided I did a small itty bitty Tiana build when she came in, since she had her house as well as the plaza, as well as her Tiana's Palace eatery. And so it's it'd be cute to have her living next to her place like I had with Remy down since they're down in the bayou. Keep them down there in the Glade of Trust. But I was watching a tour that put Remy and Tiana's place together, and I'm you know what, that's actually a really cute idea. So that's what I did. I kind of condensed my build a little bit because I realized I wanted because I wanted to keep the neighborhood set up, but at the same time, Remy's house felt more apartment-like, or more just it looked like an apartment. It's Mike and Sully's did. That's why I put them together like I did. And I thought it was really cute because I'm so used to seeing driving around, you'll see a neighborhood of houses, and then immediately next to it is a collection of apartment buildings. And so I realized that I liked that vibe, because also I've been having problems with Daisy and her boutique, whatever you want to call it. So I really liked what I was seeing, and so it's I kind of played around with it to where it's I made the corner a shopping district, kind of doing Scrooge and Daisy's whatchamacallit, and then having the restaurants for the eateries, and then sitting nearby my little neighborhood. And so of course I got my 4 house looking houses together, and then put Mike and Sully and Remy together. I keep moving Mike and Sully because I never had a place for them either. They started when I first got them, they started on my beach because I literally had nowhere else to put them. I feel like my beach is where people go to be forgotten about, because there's no decoration. I've decorated my beach, or at least the Glade of Trust half. I put little parasols, and I've got a little cottage and some stuff there. But it's just more beach decoration. I've never decorated to the extent, because honestly the rest of it is just absolutely in disarray. All of the Spawn stuff is there, and then I've got Stitch, Maui, and Ariel over there. The only thing over there that's actually decorated is my little area for Donald. Donald's area set up because I put him, I found the really cute idea of putting him on the dock. So that's what I did. He's on the dock with a cute little pier set up. I think I was talking about this the other day. And so it's really cute. And so it's like I've been wanting to expand from that, but I've had like no ideas to do so. But I did see one did kind of like a boardwalk situation on the beach, and honestly, I love that. I love the boardwalk situation to make use of the beach. And then also because it's like I've got like some arcade stuff from Vanellope that it's like I want to do something with it. And like Vanellope's so hard to place. And so I found a creator that put Vanellope on the beach with the candy house that you could get from the premium shop, and made like a little go-kart track around it using her pathing. It was actually like really cute. And so it's like but I also want to keep it like beachy vibe. So I'm gonna find out like to kind of like meet in the middle of the two, to find something that'll work, because like I go for inspiration. Like I don't want to like copy somebody's, but I realized last night that because I play on Switch, most of the people who post their stuff online are all PC players. What I noticed when I was decorating that yesterday is that my item limit for both actual furniture as well as like the the underbrush, the trees, and the fencing kind of stuff, I'm much more limited. I found out my numbers are smaller by about half. And so I realized that it's like as I continue to build, I have to be very careful of my items. And I realized that that's also like I had kind of like more of an open, like I don't jam pack. I haven't jam packed my plaza in the past. I mean, my Peaceful Meadows is kind of packed, but in all honesty, like, I mean, there are still like open areas, but I mean, compared to what you see online, they jam-pack their valleys. But now that I'm officially aware that my item limit is about half of a PC's player, I gotta be careful. So, but it's been very fun, like, to get back into Dreamlight Valley, like, on practically on a daily basis. And it's been fun. I'm kind of in a Dreamlight Valley fixation now. I'm still listening to my audiobooks. I'm still listening to Wren in the Holly Library. I'm currently about 64%-ish. We kind of took a small little twist, and I love it. In regards to plot, it was a plot. It wasn't like a plot twist, you know, but it was like, ooh, something like twisted in there. It was great. And I'm curious to see how it continues. And then I found out that I can rent the first 3 Throne of Glass books audioly if I want them. And it's just, I've been going into like full audiobook mode and playing Dreamlight Valley, and you know what, it is what it is. And so I know that this week wasn't like a typical reading week for me, but you know what? We all need a break sometimes. We all just need to shift gears and a little bit and do what makes us happy. And right now, Disney Dreamlight Valley is making me happy. And I appreciate getting to share that with you guys. And you guys being here for it. Please let me know if you would like more of that sort of content, because I will gladly give it to you. I may give it to you anyway, just because of the fact that I want to. But I'd like to know what you guys are interested in seeing from me. Whether it be certain bookish content or cozy gaming content, a mixture, whatever. So, yeah. I'm going to close you off here because I'm just going to spend tonight just chilling. I'm probably going to finish my valley tonight. If I do, I may throw a clip in here later. But for now, I'm going to close out this vlog right here. Thank you so much for joining me this week. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I thank you guys so much for everything. Just being here is enough for me, okay? Like, seeing my content. So, thank you guys so much. Be kind to one another. And I will see you guys in the next video.